Welcome to my corner of the internet. I don't know how you got here, but sit down, grab a cozy fall drink. Today I'm having some water because it's 90 degrees out and it's easy to get dehydrated. But I have my special custom made cup in honor of the newly announced update. Also, if you're just here to see the color of my hair, there you go. I recolored it. I've only washed it once since I added the latest color. If you want more details, the link to my hair playlist is below. But please stick around. Maybe you'll learn something. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips about how I drew every day and how this planner was the key to consistency in drawing every day. But that's not till the end. Stay to the end. I also wanted to talk about how I've been making videos for just about a year now, although it hasn't been consistent. And even though I'm addicted to social media now more than ever, I'm going to be sharing some anti-brain rot tips. If you could hear some snoring, that is my dog. So on September 1st, the Peachtober list was revealed. And as soon as I found out the first prompt was acorn, I couldn't help but think of this scene from Chicken Little. So this is me on September 1st, thinking that I can get ahead and start sketching every day of September in order to just have to post once October comes. Once I started sketching acorn, I started thinking of these like little Mexican jumping beans. Like those things have bugs in them. Do you realize this? And I had this whole idea of like maybe drawing the little bug worm thing in the acorn, but I didn't end up doing any of that. I actually ended up getting sick at the beginning of September and also at the end of September. So this is actually October 1st. And at first I had this whole idea that I'd draw like a cute little acorn that's like looking up to a giant like oak tree or whatever kind of tree an acorn turns into. And he's looking up and thinking about like his goal of wanting to be a tree someday. But then I realized how complicated that idea was, and this whole theme of this Peachtober challenge was for me not to take myself so seriously. Day 2, I was off to a great start. I started early in the morning, and it only took me a few minutes to sketch this idea out. I really liked the heart idea. It was really fun to shade, one of my favorites from Peachtober so far. But then I proceeded to look for a song to go along with it. I had a very specific song in mind, and I looked for it for 2 hours straight. But then a couple weeks later, the song randomly played while I was driving, and I flipped out because it was nothing like the album cover I remember. So at some point in the beginning of this challenge, I got sick again. And there's something about getting sick that makes you think it's the perfect time to reorganize your whole life. And I had been meaning to move my desk to the bedroom, but it turned out that I couldn't fit it through the doorway and I was too ill, so I just gave up. So here I am defeated after bringing everything to the bedroom, realizing that I can't set it up. I have to put everything back the way it's not supposed to be. But a couple of days later, I was finally feeling better, and I used my newfound energy to just plow the desk through the doorway. Anyways, I just think this is kind of funny because my first ever YouTube video was me getting my desk ready in preparation for Peachtober. There's something about having a deadline that makes me motivated to do the things that I've been putting off for months. But I should not have moved this by myself because I ended up really hurting my back. So usually I'm against having like an office space in your bedroom, but this is not a workspace. It's actually just a little space for me to journal at night, and it's really helped with my consistency. I went from journaling never to journaling at least 7 times. Let me see. And that's pretty good considering that I also got sick for another 2 weeks in October. I actually really recommend getting sick during drawing challenges because it gives you a lot of time to like just sit on your ideas and sketch it out a little bit and catch up on drawing. So yeah, this is basically my second desk tour on this channel, even though you can't really see what's going into my desk. It's a lot of junk. These tiny notebooks. Even though it's been a year since that first YouTube video, and I've honestly tried all the different niches I wanted to. Food videos, mental health videos, drawing videos, sticker videos, hair videos have blown up. I feel like I haven't really given it a fair shot because my videos have been really inconsistent since I got a job at the beginning of the year. Making videos takes a long time. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and we're only 5 minutes into the video. And if you made it this far, I think you deserve to see the secret to how you draw consistently every single day. Having my desk place here actually really helped because I'd come home after a long day and I'd see my little light on and I'd be like, oh yeah, I got a doodle. But the key to success was this notebook. See, it wasn't my goal to make a digital drawing every day and post it on social media. Rather, I set the tiny goal of drawing in one of these boxes every single day. You could even make the goal tinier by saying, I'm just going to draw a line every single day. But most of the time when I sat down, even if I was really tired, I would want to doodle something. If you watched my 10 years of planners video, you'd see that I used to do this pretty consistently in the past. But this year I only made it to the first week of February. I do want to make a journal ecosystem video though, so stay tuned for that. So back to the prompts, I had to look up what a slug really was and the difference between like a slug and a snail. I also had to look up this kind of pattern because how do you even say that? So my little rough sketch came out cute, but it was a bit jarring to draw a snail without a shell, just because I'm so used to drawing snails and the slug just looked really alone. But since the first few doodles came out exactly like I imagined them, I decided to challenge myself and draw an Animal Crossing character because I used to really like drawing Animal Crossing themed things. But this was actually the worst drawing that I made the whole Peachtober, and yet I spent the longest on it because why does she looks like a creepy clown? So then I started over, and at this point I'm just burnt out because it's only day like 4 and I'm done. I'm so done. And I thought it kind of funny that Poppy's favorite saying is all about positive thinking. But be honest, like what even is this? So I had to go back to my roots and I had to start drawing snails again. But drawing that slug actually inspired me to draw more slugs with random things on their back, like a ring pop. My husband drew these hearts. But sometimes I would ask him, like, what do you see? Because he'd be real honest with me. And he said, it's basically saying that my love for you is slow. Like, I don't remember if he didn't see a ring pop right away or if he just, like, assumed it was an engagement ring, but I thought it was a pretty funny idea that someone would propose with a ring pop. It has, like, such a genuine, like, nostalgic feeling to it. So the next, like, 5 drawings end up being really detailed because I was sick and I just had too much time on my hands. But the longest part of this drawing was trying to figure out the seeds. And I hate to spoil the rest of the video, but from here on out, it's just snails. It is just snails. But this is another key to consistency because if you know that what you're gonna draw is whatever prompt it is for the day plus a snail, like, it helps your ideas flow so much better than thinking like, okay, today I have to draw a leaf. How am I going to make this interesting? Instead, you already know you're going to draw a snail. In fact, I drew 2 snails on a leaf, having a date on a leaf. So cute! I made a whole post on this last Peachtober about how important it is to be consistent with this quote. All you're doing is laying a single brick of a million different houses and expecting one day for it to become a mansion, or something like that. The TLDR is this Peachtober has really rekindled my love for drawing snails with random little things on their back. It kind of made me wonder why I stopped drawing snails in the first place and stopped posting on my art account. But then I quickly remembered I left Instagram because I hate Instagram. And yet here we are. Having to post on social media every day is actually the biggest pitfall of this challenge. I'll explain more later, but this next one turned out to be my most liked post, I think. Turns out people really like calico critters. So I had a very distinct memory of seeing a calico critter snail on my Pinterest before, but I searched high and low. And the only thing that I could really find was something like this, so I'm pretty sure it was just a jumbled up memory. But then Pinterest started to understand that I really liked to see things with snails and things with calico critters, so I started getting served stuff like this. This is what my feed looked like when I opened it one day. So snails and calico critters. And it only took a couple weeks later, and finally I found this, which was nothing like I had imagined in my brain, but very similar to what I ended up drawing. This was actually the last day that I was sick, so the next day was a lot less detailed because I had to go back to work. It was a very quick drawing, but I ended up really liking these quick little drawings with a little inspirational quote. It reminded me very much of my early snail days. So back to talking about the dangers of social media. First, there's the danger of oversharing, which is probably what I'm doing right now. But also, the struggle of posting art on social media is real. You spend so much time on these things, and it's like you're selling a piece of yourself to AI, which is another reason why I hate Instagram, because you're basically just feeding the algorithm your art and allowing it to use your art for whatever AI glop it comes out with. And I realize there's the same problem with posting on YouTube, but I decided not to post on YouTube this year because I'd have to upload a whole bunch of random shorts, and I don't even like shorts or reels on Instagram. But social media really makes you have to sell your soul and post short form, even if every fiber of your being is against short form videos. That's another reason why I don't like posting on Instagram anymore, because you open up your feed and it just shows you a whole bunch of suggested reels and memes that you didn't even ask for. Like, where are all the people that I actually follow? You have to click on a separate button. I know that there's like a setting that you can do so that your feed only shows you who you follow, but I'm too grandma to even figure that out. So that's why I'm here complaining about it. Thinking back on the good old days, how Instagram used to be. I haven't even got into how hashtags don't work. But before, I used to be able to type in the Peachtober day, whatever, or the prompt, and all the hashtags would come up with the most recent post. And I would literally be able to go through everyone's post every day and like the ones I liked and share the ones that I really liked. And it felt a lot more like a secret little club, a close-knit community, where now there's like hundreds of posts and all the hashtags show you are the most viewed reels. That's enough complaining. I guess the point is, perhaps that's why I prefer to post here on YouTube, because it's just me, my mom, and 5 other random strangers liking my videos. But will you be the kind stranger to give me a thumbs up so that the algorithm notifies me to make more videos like this? And even ring the bell so that you'll be notified when I make another video that's probably nothing like this. And comment so I can find out that it's not just my mom watching my videos 50 times. Recently, she admitted to me that she likes and then unlikes my videos by rapidly double tapping. So please don't do that. That's not how it works. Let's see what video YouTube thinks you'll like. And now's the time to binge watch those other videos that I mentioned. I'll link the playlist down in the doobly-doo. I've always wanted to say that. Okay, thanks, bye.